never thought of myself as a cartoonist, but I've always drawn cartoons. So I've decided to lean into it recently, and I have made a mini book. Hello, I am Sally Jo Michelson Cooper. Welcome to the edge of my mind. Let's jump off. I've done a couple of pieces that I consider to be my core work that had comic book elements, and I was always trying to incorporate the comic book elements into more serious art. I really like narrative, to the chagrin of, I think, every one of my art professors. I like narrative. I was once in a critique, and my poor Mr. Dutton, I liked him. Or no, not Dutton. Well, poor Mr. Dutton too. Brigham. Poor Professor Brigham. I liked him, but, oh man. One day he said, that's really direct. And I said something to the effect of, yes, like a 6-shooter. Anyway, so I have leaned in to my comic book art. And I have made a mini book. I like it. I discovered the idea of the mini books on the internet because I'm still playing with how do I get a print-on-demand product that's cheap enough that it can be massively distributed, but of the value. Anyway, there's this whole thing about value that I'm playing with. So I like the idea that like the cheapest thing I can have set up as a print-on-demand product is 1 page of paper. And then it can be folded into a mini book. Now, there's a bit of a trick to it because I didn't really notice folding is not for everyone. So I don't know how we pass that Cope bridge, but it's like this. You cut right there. There's a little dotted line to indicate where to cut, and then you fold it, and then bam, it's a mini book. I'm not gonna read the story on the internet because I gotta keep some tricks, but it's a very succinct verbiage story. I think it has less words than my growing up painting, and the growing up painting is very similar to this, but just in a different format. So if you're interested in what this might be like, you can look at growing up, and it will be a little story like the growing up story. This book is called The Dogheaded, and I am playing with Jonathan Pageau's repopularization of the dog-headed saint, but these are just the dog-headed regular people. And then I'm playing with the Book of Hours marginalia, and I added modernized marginalia. As you can see, there's, I mean, you know right now, because you're on the internet to watch this, that it's just tubes and they're just full of cats. So, and as a special feature, because I know he is more popular than me on the internet, Herb is one of the marginalia, and he is with this other fellow that you may recognize from work, a Kiss Up. Yes. So anyway, I did a lot of just pouring into the marginalia. The story is, if I can put my book back together. Okay. The story is just in these inner frames, and the outer frames are just little cartoons that I've had nothing to do with. And so I poured them all into this. One of them is new. This is my Psychic Space Dragon, and that is featured front and back. And yeah, and some of this stuff will eventually become stickers and stuff on my Redbubble. Sally Jo M. Cooper has come back, and oh, I think I said that in the last video. Oh well. Okay, well I should leave because I'm being redundant now. Have a beautiful day out there. Remember, we need you to save the world.